Carla Hinton reporting for the Oklahoman and NewsOK.com. I'm here in the studio today with Jay Childs. He is a teacher at Cassidy School, and specifically he is coordinator of the Middle Division of History and Social Studies there at the school. He's here today to tell us about his summer adventure, and we're anxiously awaiting the pertinent details.
Thank you, Carla. Well, I am journeying to a place called Hazor, which is in the northern Galilee, northern part of the state of Israel. And Hazor, if you read in your Bible, in Joshua chapter 11, Hazor was the capital of the Canaanite kingdoms that Joshua and the Israelites had to basically conquer to make a home for themselves.
Okay.
Hazor is one of the largest archaeological sites in Israel, and it contains what we call from late Bronze Age to early Iron Age artifacts and buildings.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm interested. How were you invited, or how did you invite yourself to the dig? What happened? How did you get there?
I actually did invite myself.
Okay.
There is a call usually around February.
Okay.
I subscribe to a magazine called Biblical Archaeology Review,
okay.
And there's a special issue calling for volunteers at these archaeological digs, and there are of course digs all over Israel, all other biblical sites in Jordan and in Syria and in Lebanon. And so I saw that at Hazor was looking for people, and that Professor Amnon Ben-Tor was leading the dig, and so I became excited about that. And I simply sent them an email, asked them about the application process, filled out the application. Of course, in this wonderful day of electronic communication, all those things are possible. And within just a few weeks, I found out that I was accepted for the expedition.
Now tell me this, you were familiar with the leader of this particular dig. Can you tell me how you learned about him?
Professor Amnon Ben-Tor is the chair of archaeology at Hebrew University.
Okay.
And he's been digging in Israel nearly all of his life. He is, of course, a native-born Israeli. And he also was a student of Professor Yigal Yadin, who was the first person to dig at Hazor, and also who dug at Megiddo and at other sites in Israel that are very important. So Amnon Ben-Tor, of course, is a commonly known name in the archaeological community.
Right.
And so I was very excited to be able to work with him.
Now, do you know yet what exactly you will be doing? Okay.
That's an excellent question. One of the priorities at this particular dig at this time, this is there have been very nearly 20 seasons of digging at Hazor.
Okay.
It's a very large site, and so there's a great deal more to do.
Okay.
One of the things we want to find is the Canaanite archive, and what that means is, you of course you see in museums these cuneiform tablets that are about this size.
Okay.
And they are the official records or letters or documents pertaining to business or politics in that area. We want to find that archive. It should be there, but it hasn't been found yet.
Okay.
But of course, uncovering pottery, uncovering religious artifacts, just artifacts dealing with the lives of the people who lived at that time.
Well, I know, Mr. Childs, that you have actually been to Israel several times, but tell me a little bit about your last trip there.
Last year was simply a pilgrimage
Okay.
for myself and my younger son, Nathan. Last year, Easter and Holy Week were the only time in the space of a couple of centuries where spring break for school and Holy Week come together. Okay. So we decided this is it. He's 9 years old, and actually he was 10 at the time.
Okay.
And so we decided, we're going to do this. We're going to go and experience Holy Week in the Holy Land in Jerusalem.
Okay.
And so we went and spent the whole time there. We walked the Via Dolorosa, the walk that Jesus took carrying his cross from the St. Stephen's Gate all the way to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and the site of the crucifixion. Now, I had been to these places before, and I had studied these places, but this was my son's first time.
Well, this is Carla Hinton reporting for the Oklahoman and NewsOK.com. Read more about this subject in the Oklahoman.